I wasn't quite surprised when the result of my new PR came. Our employer required us to take the test during the COVID 19 pandemic. At that time, amidst all the chaos in the world, I had turbulence inside too, and I couldn't help but be truly honest with myself. And true to the test, I have a highly neurotic personality. According to psychometricsuccess.com, someone that scores high in neuroticism tend to be abnormally prone to anxiety, anger, and hostility, depression, self-consciousness, impulsiveness, and vulnerability to stress. Even by self-assessment, I have known I tend to experience those negative states quite more than usual. And what's worse was I tend to bury them when they surface. I'd resort to passive aggressive behavior. I'd become so toxic I'd drown in my own toxins. That result was a mere confirmation of what I've struggled for so long. But it also springboarded a more active approach of self awareness to trigger signs. I've started to be more open, talking about my personality to others. I've been more mindful about what causes my negative behavior, and I've been learning how to set boundaries. It's not always a success. Most days it still feels complicated, but my doors are not so closed anymore. For quite some time, I haven't been crying in the corner for unknown reasons, or reasons known but hidden behind the surface of self denial. The negative thoughts that become apparent in a socially unacceptable behavior still linger, like an old company showing me how I am inside. What I've observed is when I feel anxious and stressed out, I hide, literally and figuratively. I avoid social interactions. I avoid actions. I want to shut down, but I couldn't. So I'd look for something pleasurable and enjoyable to cover up those unwanted thoughts and feelings. I'd escape with food or movies, but they'd never go away. They'd resurface, and I'd be more stressed out because my responsibilities would pile up while I hide from everything and everyone. I'd feel so coward when the negative states attacked. I know I had to break from the inertia that made me get stuck in the void of avoidance. Slowly, I found my way through habits, good habits. Thank God for James Clear for writing Atomic Habits. It brought clarity. The habits I developed helped me break free from building up negative energy that puts me in a toxic space for very long. Micro habits that help me build momentum to keep going despite how negative I feel inside. They're not really that special. One of these micro habits is doing household chores on a regular basis early every morning. For 30 minutes, I set to clean up an area at home. Out of habit, no matter how negative I'm feeling, that would usually make me resort to doing nothing. I do the routine, and physics does the rest. Chores have this way of clearing up the mind, and with a built momentum, I would crave more tasks to be done. Plans and responsibilities are not taken for granted anymore, despite the initial longing to just be in the void so as not to feel the negativity. Of course, it's not the only way that makes me deal with my highly neurotic personality, for the hustle and bustle of this modern world is such a big trigger. That is why I am trying to learn the art of slowing down. It's quite tricky though, when you are still in the rat race trying to survive, but it is something I'm eager to achieve. I used to really dread why I am the way I am, but now I feel like being highly neurotic is not very bad at all if there is a lot of self awareness.